up, One on Hip Hop? Jamel Lamar. Today I'm here with Smooth Criminal. I mean, this dude snatching a lot of ladies' hearts. Fellas, do you a favor. You know, when you listen to this guy's music, make sure ain't no posters of him hanging around. Don't try to copy his style. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. But today, I'm here with my guy, Greg Banks. What's going on, man?
What up, man? Thanks for having me, but I appreciate you.
All right, now, for all you who don't know, me and this guy go back a little ways. Not too far, but little ways. You know, my cousin, Dom Luis, one of the producers working on his projects. Is that correctly?
Absolutely.
All right, now, first question out the door. What was your introduction to hip-hop?
Coming up in New Orleans, my earliest introduction was the music in my community. You know, we had the Hot Boys, we had Cash Money. That was the soundtrack of the city, you know, in the '90s.
Okay. So you was bling blinging.
I wasn't bling blinging. I was inspired to bling bling. I was actually listening to that song before I came. Listening to Bling Bling, the block is high, just being reminded of that nostalgia.
I can think. Shout out to Cash Money.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, when you say Greg Banks, like what would you say is the definition behind your name, who you are, your music? What and who is Greg Banks?
Well, to start at the basics, it's my birth given name. You know, my name is Gregory Banks Jr. So, no offense, Dad, I think that's probably the best thing you gave me.
shout out to Senior. Shout out to him, man. Listen. You started something.
Right.
Yeah.
You started something, man. It's a gift.
But Greg Banks is a man of experience, a man of understanding, you know, a man of trials and tribulation, a man of success, a man of failures, a man of growth, a man of sincerity. I'm a man who's present.
I can dig that. I can definitely dig it. Now, your new project, Second Coming.
Yeah.
And once again, Dom Luis, I'ma kill your kneecaps, brother. I had to sit there and beg this man to get a listen to the music. I shouldn't have to do that. You the producer, but Second Coming, man. Nobody yet has heard, you know, because, you know, you got that kind of lock tight.
Yeah.
You know, I had
a couple people heard that, listening party. Just a little bit.
I had to come there to listen to it. I was trying to get before that, but, you know, what would you say, like, what to you about this project is so special?
Well, it's special because it's a continuation of the most recent project I released, Visiting from Venus.
Mm-hmm.
Visiting from Venus is all about this celestial, out-of-this-world, magical love and everything encompassing it. So when I visited from Venus, there was this light that inspired me to come, and this light was this beautiful woman. I left because my time here was short. I had to go back to my planet. When I was there handling business, I saw a light that was even brighter. So Second Coming is me arriving again, coming back to finish what I started. Especially because it's the wholeness of my artistry, man. I feel like I've arrived here. I've been doing music for a very long time, and I think in the beginning, it started with just wanting to be famous and wanting to come up out the project. You know, fifth of 9 kids, single mother, wanted to change the dynamic of my lifestyle and help my mother help us. But as life went on and I lost things that were valuable, I began to see that the bigger meaning to why I was an artist. And the bigger reason was when everything tangible was stripped away, and I had no words, I still had a voice, and that was music.
So, now, me, I mean, like, listen, I love R&B.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love a lot of music, but R&B is special. So, as we had a discussion before, like, when I first heard you, like my man Stephen A. Smith, shout out to Stephen A. Smith, I said straight out, like, he's special. There's something special. And then as I finally got to meet you, it was just, like, everything from your aura, your style. Now, when you, what would you first say is your influences when it comes to R&B?
It's multiple influences, but it again starts in New Orleans, man. It starts with a multicultural blend of gospel, jazz, funk, blues. That's the bedrock, you know. I studied classical voice in college, so that even expanded my mind and my vocal ability.
That would explain those ranges, because one minute you very white, next minute you Prince. What? Like you hitting them Howard Hewitt high notes, and I'm like, how in the hell But you know, I thank you for all the draws that you got me, because I done played you a couple of nights. I ain't had to say much. All I had to do was press play, like, and I just smile at it like.
I did that.
And listen, man, you don't have Venus come to Mars, and man, listen here, you know, I don't know, I ain't gonna get into it on camera, but thank you, appreciate you. But where would you say, when it comes to R&B, like, and you said like your planet,
yeah,
what does your planet add to the universe of R&B?
It adds diversity. It adds uniqueness. It adds an all-encompassing sound of what music is and what we've created and brought to music. So it's, like I said, a bit of funk, a bit of R&B, a bit of soul. My planet is and what I bring to music is all about the journey I've been on. So when I first started performing, it was straight R&B, lovemaking, a little bit of whining involved. And then it moved.
Ain't nothing wrong with a whine. You know, so hey, listen, man. You know,
crying and whispering and shit.
Listen, if a brother like Lorenz Tate can bring the love joke to the ladies, I listen, man. What Greg Banks could probably do, man. Listen, man. I'm gonna have to go get the Trojans. I'm gonna have to go get the Durexes, the Lifestyles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get all the above to make sure. You know, I'm all right, man. Cause listen, your music starts some troubles. It good troubles.
But I hope that they bring love too, though. You know, bring peace. You know what I mean?
But that's the troubles, man. Cause love can get sometimes get caught up to a point and get so strong, and then it get everybody confused.
It does, man. But it also liberates and frees us too. You know what I mean?
I can dig it.
Yeah, but my music, it has been on a journey, and I want to really thank my manager too, because you know I came to New York from New Orleans with an idea of what my career was, and I figured that was a moment and a space was going to catapult from it. But her, she helped me to expand it. She was like, you do these things well, but you can do other things just as well if you try. And at first, you know, I was a little bit intimidated to, you know, chart territories that I hadn't charted before. But with the faith and the trust and support of someone who believes in my vision just as much, it went from R&B to alternative R&B to alternative R&B funk, alternative R&B funk to alternative rock, and now it encompasses all of that. So the journey that I've been on has allowed me to experiment with all these different forms of music, which has given me my unique voice and my unique style, my unique stage presence, because I had to earn that. I had to go through stages of being a band leader, you know, learning different instruments, learning how to control the pulse of the stage, learning how to bring it in, learning how to let it go. And that only happened because of the time that I was blessed with to evolve. And again, I want to say, everything happens when it's supposed to at the right time.
And your manager, hands down, genius.
Oh yeah,
genius.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Because and you know, I'm not sure if a lot of people know, but you got picked up by that crew. You got picked up by that crew, and if y'all ain't got the message by now, who this is, y'all falling behind. But I mean, right now, doors, highways, lanes are opening up for you. And for all you guys who have not seen this guy perform on stage, I mean, just go to his IG, however you can. You have to check out this man's show. When I mean, he tells stories. And then I mean, it's life. It's not just like you said. It's not just love.
Yeah.
It's life. And then it brings, and this is my personal opinion, it brings a person closer to you. Yeah. Almost like the connection of love. Like you got to put yourself into somebody else in order to connect.
Right.
So I think with your music, you've done it in a way that the greats have done it.
That's honorable, man.
You know, and that leads me to my next question. Like, when you get into that moment, what goes through you? What's going on? Like, and I'm trying to find the right way to ask the question, but it's like, what do you feel when you're giving that connection to your audience?
It's electrifying. It's vulnerability, but I feel like it's my mission, man. Like when I move someone to stillness, you feel me? When I move someone to stillness, I've accomplished what I set out to accomplish. Because when I've given you an emotion that emoted for me, an experience, something I've seen or witnessed, and I can bring you to stillness,
Yeah.
that's when I've done my job. Because I've made you connect with what I felt in the moment. So it's really just about pouring it out there, you know, giving it all I have, and just being authentic in the moment.
Second coming, what do audiences learn about Greg Banks when listening to, the whole entire project, from track 1 to the final? What type of things do they learn about you? And that's new from Mars to Venus.
They will learn about some personal losses. They'll learn about some personal gains. They'll witness my writing ability, my co-writing abilities. They'll witness my storytelling. You know, they'll witness a man who's coming to his own. You know, just because of the honesty and the vulnerability. You know, from the way I sing things, the things I don't say in between the spaces, the music around it. They'll realize all those things. They'll feel the growth.
You know, your projects remind me so much of like the great movies that have been out, like Lady Singing the Blues, or
That's amazing.
Purple Rain,
That's
or
big.
like, because it's like you said, your storytelling. I think you had that gift for. Since I've heard you, it's something that it's like, if you just take the time to listen. Even Love Jones,
Yeah.
That's a beautiful story. You know what I mean? It's not, say, like Lady Singing the Blues, but that was actually, you know, the life of one of our great, you know, wonderful musicians, you know, Billie Holiday. But, you know, when you listen to your projects, it's like, you know, it's literally watching a movie. It's watching that love scene. It's watching that pain. So it's like, you know, when you write, do you look at your music as like a motion picture, or is it just you're writing your life? Like, it's like, I'm going through this today, so I'm putting it on paper.
Well, when I begin writing, I try and think about the story from beginning to end. What I learned from it, and how I can help that story be conveyed in a fraction of the time. Because oftentimes, an experience that we go through may take us a couple months, a couple years, but the beauty is taking that same experience and putting it in 3 minutes. So I try and think about it in its entirety, being unbiased, and think about a way that will be universal when explaining it. And that's what I pour into it.
And that has to be difficult, because, you know, like, me, when it comes to, like, love, like, for me, I feel like that's timeless.
Yeah.
It's never time you can put on it.
Right.
But like you said, you find a way to sometimes put, you know, and and let me know if I'm saying this correctly, but the feelings that come from men, because I feel like, you know, you put a lot of our deepest and darkest secrets in some records. You know, as in a few records, I'm like, damn, you're telling them too much. You're telling them too damn much. But, you know, it's. But you give something that, and I can say something grateful that you're giving understanding.
That's it, bro.
Because then a lot of ladies will be like, oh, wow, why do men do this? Why do men?
Listen
So,
to Greg, he tell you.
Listen to
Yeah.
I simply say now, listen to Greg Banks for me, please. Well, why we do that? Listen to Greg track 3.
Right.
Answer your question for you.
Yeah.
But how within that moment, like 4 minutes, 3 minutes, and you put it all in such a way that where it honestly becomes understanding for some women. I can't say all. Some of them need to further their understanding. But how? I mean, lack of a better way to say it, how do you just boil it into that small amount of time?
Well, one example of when we communicated with really being present and just finding a way to use the right words to make the message as clear and concise. But I pray about it too, man. You know, I pray that, you know, my intention is received through the music, and what I intend to move is picked up and carried into someone else's life to help them either bypass the mistakes, speed through the bumps, or solidify what they're already feeling. So I feel like that's the responsibility of an artist. And like, my experience should help you get through some. My experience should help you bypass some. My experience should help you completely avoid some. You know what I mean? And I think that's when I realized that was it. When I realized that there was a responsibility associated with my gift, is when I really began to, you know, put it all on the line. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I'll come back to that.
Man. Now, I ain't got no question. I'm just sitting here like, man, listen, I'm taking on the swag because I'm going to use it from somebody. I'm going to talk to somebody. I'm going to talk just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because, you know, that swag's special. No. See? Look, you starting trouble. I'm blaming it all on you. Everyone that get the mojo, that's great. You know what I mean?
But that's part of it, though, yeah.
One thing that's also definitely unique about you, as of course, and as you guys see, is the dress style. Like, and you do it in such a way, it seems like water. It just seems natural. Like, how, I mean, give us something, brother. I can't even put it into a question. But how do you bring it together so to a point where, because, I mean, I see some things, man. I see the 70s, I see a little bit of the 80s, I see the 90s, I see now, and it's like you gel it all together. So, like, how do you just bring it together?
Well, I feel like, again, all praise is due to New Orleans, man. Like, that was a bedrock for it. That's where it started, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, growing up in the 90s, you had the privilege of seeing what happened before you. You had the privilege of reading about it, watching movies about it. So, and I had uncles who wore snakeskin boots, reptile skin boots, but their lifestyle was totally contradicting to the presence that they had. So they were soft in presence, but they were hard as rocks.
I'm mad you bring those back though.
But
I'm
that
mad because I wear a size 6.5, man. They don't got them shoes in my size. I'm kind of upset you bringing those back. You gonna have me out here?
Man, they ain't never go nowhere though.
You gonna have me out here looking for some snakeskin boots, and I can't find them in my size, man.
I got some people for you. You can make some for you. I got some people.
We
You build relationships over time, right?
Well, we're gonna talk about that later.
Definitely. But it started there, you know. It started in New Orleans, I would say. And growing up to 59 kids, we can shop at Macy's and Dillard's. So my mom made Goodwill appealing. And at first, it wasn't so because my friends were shopping at Dillard's and Macy's. But she told me, she said, the one thing you can do here that others can't do is you can create your own identity. When they go to these stores, they're buying what's on the mannequins, they're buying what's hot and what's popular.
Yeah.
So that's where it started. It started there, you know. So going into the Goodwill and picking things apart, cutting them up and like sewing them, and then, you know, going to Hurricane Katrina, losing everything, and having an opportunity to reevaluate, readjust, and put things together. Then coming to New York and seeing the world in one city, seeing the fabrics of the world in one place, man.
And it's so hip hop.
Like,
Definitely. If you look at, especially now, you know, people in the culture of hip hop, it's like, you know, we want to support our own.
Yeah.
We want to support like my man Mike Black, Respect the Cool. Shout out to Respect the Cool.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like you no longer want to wear the big name. You want to wear, you know what I mean, what's not being heard or just what's coming up.
The
and
influence
there's
of
so
big
many
names.
of it. It's
The influence of big names.
And it's like I said, it's the way you do it is smooth, man. It's just so smooth, man. I mean, like you take me back where I just need to throw on a velvet, you know what I mean, long trench coat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, with the silk shirt, man, and then do it all black, just like, you know, what it do, baby, what it do.
Definitely. Sure.
But we get to a part of the interview. I love this part, and I feel like with you, this is gonna be like, it's gonna be interesting. At the end of every interview, I ask every artist or person I'm interviewing some of their insights on hip hop. And, you know, usually I would say just name one person, but I'm going to change up a little bit. Okay. You can give me your top 3. Okay? Ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First one is
Lil Wayne.
he may be in this category. Top 3 MCs. Your top 3 MCs. Male MCs of all time.
Lil Wayne. Jay-Z.
Over.
Andre 3000.
Wow. And I can see all 3 of them on the track together. That's just a beautiful thing just to see. But
I need to put one more in there though.
Yeah.
I know it's not the.
I'm gonna let you slide. Go ahead.
The MC that inspired me to be a songwriter was Illmatic.
Thank you.
Yo. Like the way he narrated those stories, bro,
man.
It made me want to be a songwriter.
And you know what? That's unique. Like you don't hear where a rapper influences an R&B artist, but it's like to hear that is shout Nas, man.
Make him spit it.
Nas, do me a favor. You, Dave East, this man,
Right.
track together. Y'all need to hook that up real quick.
Fuck who's the baddest. A person's status depends on salary. Because my mentality is money orientated. I'm destined to live the dream for my people.
Queensbridge.
Made it because we were beginners in the hood. It's 5%, but something must have got in us. Because all of us turn to sinners. Not some resting in peace. Some are sitting in San Quentin. Others such as myself are trying to carry on tradition. Yo, that made me want to be a songwriter. I saw Queensbridge from the St. Thomas Projects in New Orleans. I was like, how did he convey a picture so vivid? So, yeah, Mike was being played, Prince was being played, you know, James Brown was being played, but Illmatic was being seen. I saw it, bro. And I'm like, I want to move people like that, move me, man.
I never heard that way, but, I mean, let's go into the next question. Top 3 female MCs of all time. Your top 3 female MCs of all time.
Queen Latifah.
Yes, sir. You got 2 more. I told you, I always get them. If I could get DJ Red Alert, I can get
Queen Latifah, for sure, definitely number 1. Lil Kim.
Oh, Bed-Stuy, do or die all day.
Probably Rhapsody. Yeah, she's big.
I can definitely get a Rhapsody is special. Yeah. And that's another one I could definitely see you doing a song with. Rhapsody. Now this one might get you. Top 3 hip hop groups all time. What are your top 3 hip hop groups all time? See, when he got that stare in his face, you know he really got to think about it. But Tribe Called Quest is one.
Outkast.
One more. Pull it home.
I love y'all back home. I would always do. Probably gonna go Wu-Tang Clan.
Woo! Nice. Wu-Tang, you guys are undefeated. There has not been one person on this show who has not answered with them in that category. So, now, being that you R&B, we gotta, we gotta switch. We gotta change. Because usually I would go into your favorite DJ, favorite freestyle, but your R&B, you gotta bring that into it a little bit. Yeah. So, top 3 male R&B artists of all time.
Babyface.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Mike is kind of,
Would you consider Mike R&B? I don't know. I mean, he got the feel, but would you consider him R&B?
Yeah, but because R&B encompasses all that, man.
Very true. I can so Babyface Mike, and for all you who don't realize when you say Mike, who you talking about? Michael Jackson. One more, bro. One more. Got your mind tingling, right? You thinking about Teddy P, Quincy Jones. You're thinking about, Jeffrey Osborne. You're thinking about...
You know it too, bro. I'm thinking all of them. I mean, because these are people that influence me,
Johnny Gill.
Tevin Campbell.
Wow. And that's probably one of the only people you done named. I can actually make that happen, Tevin. But that's wow. We haven't heard that name in quite a little while. Tevin Campbell.
I play that all the time, man. I mean, just the way those songs were orchestrated, man. The way he delivered them was magical, man.
Now the next one, I know you already see it coming, so I hope you got it ready. You got a top 3 male R&B, so we gotta go to top 3 female R&B all time artists.
Go Sade. Mary J. Blige.
I didn't think he was gonna come so quick with him, but wow.
This was a toss up though, because I gotta put Shaka Khan in that mix, I mean, she delivered everything, but I say, Shaka Khan.
See, I thought that was gonna be kind of hard, because then you gotta think of Patty, you gotta think of Whitney, you gotta think of it's so many. It's like, oh man, how would you gonna answer that? But we got your 3. This is your 3. Nobody can dispute yours.
Definitely.
All right, so I'm still gonna go to favorite DJ, top 3 hip hop DJs all time. That's right. You got to think of the
Pete Rock.
Okay. All right. That's a
Cool Herc.
The beginner. man. Come on. It's a lot of, I can name them down the
Yeah,
line.
that's a lot of them.
I can help you out.
Manny Fresh.
Really?
Yeah, and I like his innovation, man. It's more production than anything.
Okay. I mean, we can do producers, but you sure you want to get Manny Fresh to DJ? You sure, Bowser? I know you. I know you from Louisiana. I know you got him love.
I'm gonna go ride Smooth. He's from Milwaukee.
Okay. See, I can respect that. I can respect that. But for all, for a whole entire audience, man, who wants to get to know Greg Banks a little more after this interview, tell them where you can reach out to you, bro.
Well, y'all can find me live and direct at www.gregbanksmusic.com. On the gram at Greg Banks Music, Facebook the same, Twitter the same, all that. Or you can find me. Come see me in New York City. I'm on the subway platform getting busy, busking all over the city. So when you'll be able to find me all over the world on stages, big and small. But for now, hit me online. Fastest way to find me, y'all.
Shit, dig? Yeah. I know you do. This is One on Hip Hop. I am Jamel Lamar, Greg Banks. I mean, what you do with the love, baby?